Desperate to break into the Japanese market in 1978, Marvel teamed up with Toei Company to create a live-action Spider-Man TV show. They took inspiration from other popular Japanese shows at the time with the motto that if it works in Japan, and as long as it stays in Japan, to just do whatever. And that's exactly what they did.
Spider-Man.
Hi. I always preferred Japanese comic books more. Spider-Man was the one exception for me though. I love Spider-Man, especially after watching the Tobey Maguire movies as a kid. You know, the really, really good ones.
Wow, great reflexes.
So, when I found out that there was a Japanese take on Spider-Man, combining the best of both of these worlds, I knew it had to be good, right?
Right?
Okay, so forget about what you know about Peter Parker, Uncle Ben, Mary Jane, Iron Legs, and the Green Scrumbulus. This story is about Takuya Yamashiro, a 22-year-old motocross racer, his girlfriend, and his family. The first thing that we learn about Takuya is that he's just way cooler than anyone has the right to be. He's just, I mean, look at him. He can't stop doing tricks on his bike. That is, until an alien spaceship crash lands nearby. This gets the attention of Professor Munster, a Nokia flip phone come to life, I think, and the main bad guy of this story. He has a sidekick named Amazonas, and they lead the Iron Cross Army, an evil gang of aliens and robots bent on ruling the Earth. Professor Munster commands Amazonas to kill Takuya's dad, because he's like an astronomer, before he can find the spaceship that crash landed on Earth. And so she... Huh? Excuse me, miss, did you just put a tiny space dinosaur in your purse? Did I just see you put a tiny space dinosaur in your purse? We jump to Takuya, who's fixing his motorcycle in the living room like a normal dude. Now's a good time to point out that the scene transitions of this show are wildly jarring and scary. Take this scene where Takuya hears a spider talking to him for the first time. I'm going to show this to you unedited. So, the next day, Takuya's family goes looking for the spaceship when, Amazonas and the space dinosaur show up. By the way, this little astronaut, axe-armed space dinosaur's name is Bokenryu, and if you can't tell already, I love him. Not too far away, a spider tells Takuya that something's gone horribly wrong. So he throws a child and speeds towards the group, only to find out that he's too late. And this is where we have our Uncle Ben moment. Except this time, rather than saying something like, "With great power comes great responsibility," Takuya's dad says something more along the lines of, "Hey, turns out there's a bunch of space bad guys. You should take care of that." And Takuya's like, "Yeah, I will." Oh, and then there's this weird part where suddenly Takuya is attacked by a group of ducks. I don't really know how this fits in with the show, it just it sort of happens. I guess ducks are really dangerous in Japan. Realizing he's all out of breadcrumbs, he runs from the ducks and falls into a cave pit. This is where he meets Garia, an alien from Planet Spider. Garia here explains what's been going on a little bit. He's the one that's been talking to Takuya through the spiders, and he's also the one that called the spaceship down to Earth. This exposition loop makes Takuya so bored that he decides to take a nap. Thinking that Takuya is mortally injured, Garia decides to slap a bracelet on him to save him from his injuries. This injects Takuya with something called a spider extract, healing him and giving him all the powers of a spider. Then Garia, in a more literal way, gets all the powers of a spider by transforming into one.
急に変わったわ。
We cut to a few days later and Takia is just laying in bed. Garia visits him to remind him to become Spider-Man because apparently he had forgotten.
そして鉄十字団と戦うのだ。鉄十字団。
Takia presses a button on his bracelet and bam, his suit pops out and he transforms into Spider-Man. And you can see his lips. Spider-Man learns that another scientist has been kidnapped by Amazonas. He had gotten into a car with a bunch of ducks, which is never a good idea. Don't do this. They don't explain who the scientist is or why they grabbed him, other than Amazonas saying that she wants him to become an evil scientist. I don't know, maybe that's just how they recruit people, you know? They grab a plumber and they're like, I want you to be an evil plumber. Spider-Man shows up to their base to return some ducks to the lake, breaks into their headquarters, and then introduces himself to Amazonas in the most wild way possible.
誰だお前は。地獄からの使者、スパイダーマン。
I'm an emissary from hell, Spider-Man. That's some evil Tobey Maguire energy.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Spider-Man then grabs the scientist and heads outside where he finds more ducks. Turns out these ducks are actually like the faceless henchmen of the Iron Cross Army, and man, do they love doing flips. Tired of his duck abuse, Amazonas rebigifies Bokenryu to fight Spider-Man.
何者だ。鉄十字団マシンデム暴君流だ。
This is where we have our final battle for the episode. Bokenryu bigifies further and throws Spider-Man around as if he were a small plastic toy on a string. Spider-Man realizes that his only option is to call upon the Marveler, the spaceship that we saw before. The Marveler then transforms into Leopardon, Japanese Spider-Man's signature giant fighting robot that's shaped like a cat. Finally, the Leopardon hits Bokenryu with his special attack, and Bokenryu, decides to go home and start a family. Nothing bad happens to Bokenryu. He's fine. And that's our introduction to Japanese Spider-Man. I was going to cover more than just the first episode, but there was too much to talk about, so let me know if you want to see more. My quick review. I thought it was awesome. Uncomprehendable at times, yes. But the stunts and insane costume designs were more than enough to keep me entertained. Although I do think that it's kind of overpowered for Spider-Man to just be able to call upon a massive super robot whenever he wants. I mean, could you imagine if Peter Parker had one of those?
It is I, the Green Scrambulus! Cower before me as I rain down my evil pumpkins upon your peaceful city!
Never fear, dear citizens. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is here to protect you from... oops. That's my bad. I'm sorry about that. I feel really bad about that. I should go.